It is incumbent on us to keep holding our governments to account and at the same time initiating a new phase for our continent that will free our people and also catapult the development of our continent. Africa is a continent of opportunity, it's a continent of possibility, it is also a continent of the future. It is shameful and disgraceful that over 6 decades after political independence of most African countries, you see our young people struggling, passing through the Sahara, ending up as slaves in the hands of human traffickers in Libya and Tunisia, and then taking a risky journey across the Mediterranean to Europe in search of greener pasture. There is no greener pasture other than the one we have in Africa. It is time for African leaders to wake up to this challenge and wake up to this reality. It is shameful for our young people to see them dying in the Sahara, to see them dying in the Mediterranean Sea, in search of an elusive future which doesn't exist in Europe. If the Chinese have taken that path, they couldn't have been where they are today. If the Brazilians have taken that path, they couldn't have been where they are today. If the Japanese and the Indians have taken that path, they couldn't have been where they are today. It is a decision time for this continent. We have a large growing number of young people. It is time for us to see this as resources and opportunity to build our continent. We have seen parts of Africa that have been devastated by terrorism and war. We should address it and bring that to an end.
Democracy where no corrupt politician will come out and say that I have the money to buy the country, whether you like it or no. How dare can you tell me that it is something to take back home, that in Nigeria, if you don't have money, you can't win election. And that is democracy. What is democracy? To buy the people, is that democracy? It's never a democracy. We want a democracy where when there is campaign period, the atmosphere of the campaign will be determined by ideology, not by tribalism and religious sentiments. That is what you call the best democracy, where issues concerning citizens are discussed during campaign. A good democracy will be not influenced by money, sectionalism, tribalism, or religious sentiments. A good democracy will only be influenced by the citizens, by what the citizens want, by the decision of the citizens. A good democracy will not be changed by manipulation and judgment of the courts. There must be justice in having a democracy, a true democracy.
To ensure that we have a stable democracy in Nigeria and in Africa. Number one, this untimely encroachment by the executive and the legislature into the courts should be avoided. We've seen the bureaucratization of the Nigerian courts. And we've also seen the statements of Justice Musa Datijo as it relates to the courts in Nigeria and the problems, even from the top hierarchy of the Supreme Court in Nigeria. So, as much as possible, this should be avoided. Another thing is INEC. INEC needs to be unbundled. The whole idea of leaving INEC to the duty of procuring printing materials, ballot boxes, and all of that is not their duty. And that is why they do not have enough time to focus on properly giving us a free, fair, and credible elections. We have several departments of procurement or ministries of procurement in Nigeria. Allow them handle that duty and allow INEC to do the major work, so that, because making a choice, when you look at section 1 subsection 2 of the 1999 constitution, it provides that nobody will take over governmental powers except as provided in the constitution. So it means that the only way that has been provided in the constitution is by elections. So if there is no election or credible elections, it means that our democracy is defeated.
We have seen people who were deprived from contesting the elections. We have also seen people who are disenfranchised from voting on election day. We have even seen the government inaugurating people who didn't win elections with evidence to prove against the Electoral Act of Nigeria and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My fellow distinguished gentlemen of the press, honestly, we are bittered about the style of the democracy of Africa. And we are very, very angry because Nigeria stands a chance to continue to be the lead for the future of Africa. If Nigeria is given the opportunity to succeed, definitely it's a new channel for African success. Africa cannot find its place in the Committee of Nations until Nigeria is politically certificate for election. The 2023 elections recorded individuals presenting fake results by the deposition of the courts from the United States of America in the issues of the Chicago State University, rejected by the Supreme Court, and we say no to it. Give us good governance, do it well.